Welcome back to the Britannia Mine Museum. I'm your Sea to Sky host, Nicole Fitzgerald, and you're watching The Express. To be green these days means more than sporting a few recycle bins, both at home and in your office. Urban composting, it's got a nice ring to it, but what about the scent?
It can be this easy to make a difference in the environment, and Lisa von Sturmer wants everyone on board with Growing City, her urban composting company.
How Growing City works is that we come in and we educate our clients on what can be composted and why people compost in the office at all. And then we place really nice stainless steel bins in the office kitchens, and they're ethically made. And we line them with composting bags. And then the staff just need to put their organic material in the bin. Once they do that, we do everything else. So we come in, we empty the bin, we clean it inside and out with all natural cleaners, and then we take that waste to be responsibly composted. So now we have 2 full-time drivers. We're gonna have 2 different routes. So downtown, and then Burnaby and Richmond and Surrey.
Lisa is visiting one of her clients, a tech company with 25 employees called Work at Play, who've been composting with Growing City for about a year.
Lisa gives you these updates, these weekly updates on how much garbage that you're saving, like from landfill, to actually recompostable bio-healthy product for people's gardens and so forth. And you learn that, wow, that's a lot. I mean, within months, like we had saved a refrigerator worth of landfill, right? So, I mean, that's a lot of, and because it's only 25 people, and it's only stuff we eat that goes in there, like the, you know, like the cores from the fresh fruit and stuff like that, or you know, the sandwich, whatever else that goes in there. And so that's a lot.
So that stainless steel bin, and it's really important for us that it looks nice. It's foot operated, so people don't need to get their hands involved.
And in go the coffee grinds.
Yeah. Paper towels, banana peels.
Anything organic.
Yeah. The composting can have a huge effect on overall office waste. A lot of our clients have found that just by composting basic items, they've been able to reduce their overall waste by between 40 and some of our offices even 50%. So it's one of those kind of forgotten areas of waste generation, and people spend almost more time at work than they do at home now. So we're always eating, we're always, you know, using things that we then just toss into the garbage.
But with Growing City's compo capsules in the office, there's a lot less going into the garbage and a lot more being composted.
This solution of just putting a bin in, it's low cost, right? It's very low cost, and it makes such a big impact right off the bat. So when I think of a small company of even 4 or 5 people, why wouldn't you be able to do this? I don't understand why they wouldn't be able to, so I would easily recommend it to anybody, because it makes a pretty big impact right out of the gate.
In Vancouver, I'm Kendall Harris for The Express.
We all need to do our part in helping out the environment. The big news around town these days, Britannia is finally in the pink again. After 80 to 90 years, the salmon have finally returned to Britannia Creek. It's been listed as one of BC's most endangered rivers. You can learn more about this at the new Information Centre here at the Britannia Mine Museum. There's so much to do in the Sea to Sky. Climbing mountains is an incredible experience, as is building the trails to get people there.
See, it's not so bad, right? I became a trail builder actually by my love of being out on the trail.
Do what you love and the money will come. Only a dream wizard could make that a reality.
When a trail is built properly, people have a more enjoyable experience, as well as the trail will hold up to the number of people that we have visiting the Sea to Sky corridor.
This spring, Ted's company Dream Wizards Events played a vital role in upgrading sections of the Squamish Chief hiking trail, made possible by the BC Park's 100th birthday celebrations.
The Chief Trail in particular was a trail that came to be largely because the climbers were needing a way to come down off of their climbs off of the front to the Chief.
Each year, more and more hikers are discovering the steep, windy trail up the Chief's backside. On a sunny day, upwards of 2,000 people take on the challenging hike. To sustain the extra foot traffic for years to come, upgrades were necessary. That's where Ted's expertise comes in.
The old trail, and you can just see it's the lowest spot on the hill, so the water just runs right. There's sections where there's a lot of snow and ice that falls off of the rock. So we try to get as much distance from the rock as we could, obviously, because people hike this year-round.
Foot traffic isn't the only challenge in creating a lasting trail.
We get a lot of rain on the west coast, and it's your #1 enemy when you're designing and building a trail. And if you build a trail right, the water will actually shed off of the tread. All of the dirt has been washed away from around them. So the rock is the only thing that's holding the trail together there. You can just see the erosion.
Making trail upgrades almost a kilometer up the rocky trail is no easy feat. The added bonus of having his trusty mini excavator flown in via helicopter and the abundance of accessible material took some pressure off.
Dream Wizards specializes in using natural materials. We try not to use dimensional materials at all. We believe that your experience in the woods is better if things are built with natural materials, and a lot of times we're lucky we have the best material just laying around everywhere.
Okay, so we are here.
Ted's talents and vision are currently being put to use for the building of the Sea to Sky Trail, a non-motorized trail network that will eventually link Squamish to Darcy.
We did improvements all the way along the creek here. Between what we do every day is kind of the dream job, you know, like nothing's work unless you'd rather be doing something else.
A day doesn't go by where this dream wizard isn't either working on trails or out enjoying the fruits of his labor. From the Squamish Chief Trails, I'm Jessica Turner for Shaw TV.
This Squamish wizard is also famous for building epic mountain biking trails. Ted travels the globe building slope-style courses. The Britannia Mine Museum plays host to many films, including Insomnia and Scooby-Doo 2. Robert De Niro and Sharon Stone have graced these halls here at Mill No. 3. Let's try a different kind of stargazing. After the break, the future of space could look dark.
The distances between these galaxies will become so large that you won't actually see any more galaxies.
We are kids. Wish kids.
10,000 kids.
We are brave.
We are strong.
We are fighters.
Some days are good, some days are bad.
Some of us make it.
Some of us don't.
My wish will make me strong.
The Children's Wish Foundation of Canada.
Does a wish make a difference?
You bet.
You bet.
Imagine the difference a wish can make.
Only 2 more needles till my wish.
Please give today.
Welcome back to the Express on Shaw TV. I'm your Sea to Sky host, Nicole Fitzgerald. Britannia was the largest copper producer in the British Empire in the early 1900s. More than 60,000 people worked here at Mill No. 3 until it was shut down and became an official National Heritage Site. Next, imagine a night sky without stars. A dark thought, but one that could have a possible future.
Expansion of our universe. Everything is moving away from the center of the universe.
No, it's moving away from us.
Us, moving away from us. So it's not because we're angry or we smell bad. It has to do with going back to the beginning, the whole Big Bang theory, right? And you've got a really simple way of demonstrating that with this balloon.
So on this balloon, we have several spots here.
Right.
And these can represent galaxies.
Okay.
Or more appropriately, clusters of galaxies. Because galaxies themselves and their neighbors, they're not affected by the expansion of the universe. They actually have gravity that will bring them together. So these can represent large clusters of galaxies.
So, and we're talking billions and billions of stars in each, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Billions of galaxies in each.
Okay, I'll blow this up.
Really low.
Wow, so apart from you feeling lightheaded, what just happened there?
So you notice that all the space between the galaxy clusters here actually got larger and larger.
But the galaxies themselves?
They never got larger.
No.
Because they're actually bound by gravity. So the distances between the further one got further away and faster, and it expanded faster.
Now what's going to happen at the end of this whole thing? Once this expands all the way, is it ever going to contract again?
Well, recently as 10 years ago, many astronomers thought that it would expand and then would come back into something called the Big Crunch, essentially the opposite of the Big Bang.
Sounds tasty.
Not really.
No.
So now astronomers don't think that will happen, and more likely it will be something called the Big Freeze, when everything will keep on expanding and expanding and expanding until the distances between these galaxies will become so large that you won't actually see any more galaxies.
Huh.
Yeah, and that will happen in trillions and trillions and trillions of years from now.
Will it make a farting noise like this?
I don't think so.
No. Oh well. Can't wish for everything. Cool. Well, that's a great way of explaining how the expansion is working, and just using a simple balloon. Thank you very much. For the Express from the H.R. McMillan Space Center, I'm Cam Cronin.
I'm Raminder Samra.
And hopefully we've expanded your brain a little bit today as well.
Now we all know a little bit more about the expansion of the universe. How well were you listening? Name the universe collapsing theory and you could win tickets to the H.R. McMillan Space Center. Just send your answer to the Express at shaw.ca. Stay tuned. I've got other ideas on how to fill up that social calendar of yours. Let's check in with the Express Spotlight.
The world's finest guitars gathered together for one night of stringed-up music. Touring the US, UK, and Canada, Warner Music Canada's Brian Gore returns to Whistler with International Guitar Night. Snow sites have already begun on top of Whistler Mountain. Gear up at the infamous Turkey Sale, where Whistler Village gathers everything you need for the sliding season under one big top. Step into a magical world of fantasy through paintings, words, sculpture, jewelry, and film at the Into the Woods art exhibit. Local artists showcase the beauty of the surrounding forest alongside Squamish's logging heritage.
Today we've unearthed history. The Britannia Mine Museum is a hands-on experience with everything from panning for gold, exploring the gallery, exploring the buildings, and even opting for a train ride. It's located just off Highway 99. And that wraps up today's show at the Britannia Mine Museum. If you'd like to see more of our stories on Shaw TV, just visit shawtv.com. From all of us on The Express, thanks for watching, and we'll leave you with a look at the arts.
I think you're scared to hire me because you were my dad's boyfriend.
They told you.
Sure.
Then I'm sure you can understand why I can't give you a job.
Not really.
It would be uncomfortable.
Because you're still in love with him?
No.
Then what's the problem?
Your parents wouldn't approve.
I'm a grown-up.
It's a bad idea.
They speak very highly of you.
They do?
Sounds like you were quite the influence.
That's one way of putting it.
How did you meet him?
We worked at a restaurant. He was my busboy.
Sounds romantic.
It was fun.
They were both delighted when I told them I'd met you.
No, they weren't.
It was a long time ago. Everyone's over whatever happened by now, right?
You'd think so.
They'd like to see you.
Yeah, right.
I could probably get them to invite you for dinner.
But you couldn't get me to come.
You could meet my brother, see the whole family together. Then you'll be able to see there's no lingering whateverness and you can give me a job. What do you say?
No! Now please go away and never bother me again.
Now I see why he left you.
Is that what he told you?
Bye.